took your oath, Mr. Secretary, when you applied for citizenship, did you not swear that you swear allegiance to the United States and that you have complied with all the requirements necessary for the grant of citizenship? Wasn't it a very, for lack of a better term, you fooled the United States of America when you applied for a citizenship with a preconceived intention not to reside permanently in the United States and to abandon your citizenship in that country. Were you truthful in your oath to that country, the United States of America?
Mr. Chair, when I applied for, as I've said in the last hearing, when I applied for U.S. citizenship, naturalization as U.S. citizen before 1986, the hope for all of those in exile in the United States as Filipinos had been stuffed out by the assassination of Senator Benigno Aquino. We were active in the movement for Free Philippines at the time, and that was the lowest point in our life, as I said. When I applied, that application was never acted upon. In 1986, even before that application was acted upon, particularly in February 22 of 1986, people power came about. And on that basis, thereafter, 3 days after, I returned to the Philippines, and I looked at the conditions in the Philippines, and I said to myself, no, I will now return to the Philippines as I pledged. During that time when I entered the United States, I was only going to come back if President Marcos would no longer be in the Philippines, or if martial law would have been completely dismantled. When I came back, however, I was faced with this the grant of my United States citizen. So I took my oath. I got a certificate of naturalization, but at that time, I already made up my mind precisely to go home on the basis of changed conditions in the country. So that 3 months after I took that oath, I immediately returned and abandoned that residency. You might call it, and I admit, there is a misrepresentation there on my part, for not divulging that. And this is precisely what the law is all about when it says preconceived intent and intention to abandon your residency. And I submitted myself to to American law on this point. But rather than be subject to denaturalization proceedings and try to contest them, I precisely voluntarily admitted that I was not qualified on the basis of that law. And that explains why I had that preconceived intent and that disqualification that retroacted up to the time that I applied and was granted for that citizenship void ab initio.
Mr. Chairman, you know, what the Secretary is referring to, that he executed an affidavit in 1993 stating or making a statement against his self-interest that when he applied for a U.S. citizenship and he was granted this application or petition, he said that he did not intend to reside in the United States and that he actually abandoned it. And that was in 1993, 7 years after he was granted an American citizenship. And this affidavit, Mr. Chairman, was sent by registered mail to the district commissioner of the state of New Jersey. But I believe that by merely sending a letter stating therein that I no longer am an American citizen because at the time when I applied, I did not have that intention to reside permanently, is not a compliance with the law. He should personally, as far as I know, and I do not claim a good immigration lawyer as he is, but I think and I believe and I know that the process in renouncing or losing your U.S. citizenship is to personally appear before a consular officer of the United States of America, which the Honorable Secretary did on June 28, 2016, when he personally appeared before Vice Consul Christy M. Holler and before her renounced his American citizenship. And this is not the operative act, Mr. Chairman, because you have to wait that the United States of America has to announce the approval of your renunciation. And that happened only on February 9, 2017, when in the official publication of the United States of America, through the U.S. Internal Revenue Service, released a list of citizens who have lost their U.S. citizenship. I do not understand, Mr. Chairman, why the Honorable Secretary cannot admit to this commission that he was an American citizen and he only lost his American citizenship in February of 2017. It's so easy for him to admit that and say, but I am now a Filipino citizen. Is it because, Mr. Chairman, that at the time he was appointed as a commissioner and chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, he was still an American citizen?